right, let's see here. Let's see if we got the stream going. Just want to make sure that it's good before we get to drawing. Let's see. Give me just a few minutes here, just a few seconds. Okay, all right, so we are live. All right, so let's go ahead and start the record button because I definitely want to make the videos for this later on. So welcome back, guys. Today I want to work on, I'm doing a Oscar nominations series of tunes or whatnot. And I definitely want to make sure that I did one of Bohemian Rhapsody. I saw the movie. I really liked it. It was very entertaining. But in this situation, though, I want to just capture one of the coolest parts, and that was where he was singing. He's like, oh. So, got that here, and let's just go ahead and get started with a really, really rough outline of what we're going to be doing. All right, let's make sure I'm kind of all right. So I'm going to start off with this normal little circle. Excuse me. I'm also listening to H3H3 podcasts as well. And my headset here. I think I'll try a few different things here. I love listening to YouTube channels. Actually, that's why I'm getting started in this right now, actually. Excuse the noise and excuse me, the AC or whatnot. Oh boy, it is kind of late. I usually do this stuff pretty late anyway. So just getting the arms here, kind of getting them, make sure we get some good foreshadowing in there too. He has like a little fist that he does. I'm gonna take out some of these circles that I put in here because I feel like it's kind of bogging down my vision a little bit. We're not gonna put well, I don't know. You know what? Let's go ahead and do something. He always has these very exaggerated poses. Freddie Mercury. This isn't going to be in here, but I figure it kind of helps to really capture this a little bit. And the head is actually a lot bigger than what you would think. And I think it's a little clearer. Actually, we don't need to put this in right now. We don't need the details. We just want the shapes. And then let's do the cord coming down. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really need to be accent. Bam. Alright. And it's going to be something like, you know what? Let me look at the logo for Bohemian Rhapsody. Gotta find my reference. It's just a basic. I thought it would have been more exaggerated than that. I guess it's not a big deal. So we're definitely going to use purples and yellows in this whole thing. I think that'd be the best. Alright, so now that we've got our figure down, I'm going to go ahead and do the rough drawing. And with this, we can be a little more detailed. So zoom in a little close. Alright. I don't like any of this. Let's start it over here. Let's see what else. We got the ear. Well, see, okay. So we're going to put the ear here, and then we're just going to put some of the major characteristics about. Hold on, I'm going to turn this off here. One of the major characteristics about Freddie Mercury's face is, well, let me take this off too. Rami Malek's face in playing Freddie Mercury is his eyes. He has like these like bags under. Hold on, I think this needs to go over this a little bit. Yeah, so he has these like bags under his eyes that really kind of help define his character's pain a little bit. This is just the rough drawing, so we're not going to get too bogged down on, oh man, that looks right, that doesn't look right, or whatever. But we are going to try and make sure we get the placement of things as they should be. He has a nose, very prominent, kind of like round like nose. Okay, and see, this is where it's gonna get a little tricky. So what we're gonna do is just grab all this, move it up just a little bit, and we're gonna do his mouth now. So very particular shape. I'm gonna draw. Then with that, I'm gonna put the mustache right over that. Nice little shape there. All right, now let's go ahead and put some of his hair in to really capture old Freddy here. His hairline's not too high, so we don't have to worry about doing anything real crazy there, but definitely right here what we're gonna do is just go ahead and cut off this. We've got his hairline. Bam! All right, let's go ahead and shape that back up just a little bit better. So apparently they really try to make it so that his two front teeth are very prominent. So I guess we're gonna do that as well. Like that. It does have very prominent in that area there. His eyes aren't a big deal. We'll get that. Yeah, his hair is more kind of like a slick thing that's going on here. It's nicely bunched up there. Nah, that's gonna stop right at the top of the ear. Bam. Alright, so that should be good enough. And then we can kind of make our own artistic changes as we go along too. It's not great, but it's not horrible either. So I'm thinking he might have a little bit more space in his head than what we're drawing here. So I might need to move this over just a little bit more. So all this might actually be a little smaller than what I'm drawing. He seems to have a lot more forehead and a lot more face, but his head is pretty large. I'm having some kind of glitch here. That's not a big. It is doing something here. It's doing something real funky. That's okay. Not a huge deal. Let's go ahead and get his neck in there. Very, very prominent neck. Let's go get that shoulder. Might have to go out a little further than what I thought. Got some kind of like muscle tone going on there. Let's go ahead and put some creases in there like that. Like this. That looks good. A little bit of arm crease there. Bring it down like that. I don't like that too much. Yeah, sometimes you gotta redo the same line over and over and over. It's got kind of like a knuckle of his arm going on there. Alright, so now let's go ahead and put the shape of the hand in here. That looks good. Do something like that. His fingers going around, catching the, gripping the, the microphone. Finger's coming down in here as well. Going there like that. Ooh, okay, misjudged the size of this a little bit. I'll excuse that. That's just my dog. He's having little puppy dreams. Let's see here. All right, so let's bring this down. And it could be better. Could be a lot better actually. Let's go ahead and try to reshape this a little bit so it looks like a better hand than what it's doing here. Probably need to turn it a little bit too. It's probably just a little too lopsided there a bit. And then this is probably a little too downtrodden there a bit. Bring this up, down, back, bam. All right. Close. We're getting there. We're getting there. This already I can see needs to be a lot longer. This needs to come down a lot further. Kind of like that. Bam. Then we're going to bring this down a little bit. Let's go and get the... Oh, actually, let's go and do the shoulder first. Bring this over like that. I think that's good enough for now. And then we're going to have it where it's like his bicep is there. And then we're going to do his forearm. I think that's good. No need to go any further with that. A little meat under the arm there. So he's a very skinny guy. See, this definitely needs to come down some. Keep grabbing that same little piece of line. I don't want to do that. And it's best to do as much of this as possible right here so you can get as much planning of the drawing out of the way as possible. Excuse me. All right, I feel like we're getting close. All right, so let's go ahead and draw this fist in right here. So basically, it's kind of what I did here. We're not going to worry too hard about the placement, but we're definitely going to use our starting point that we got here as our lineup. So do that. Something like that. And something like this. We're gonna go ahead and draw these knuckles in a little bit. It's not bad. All right, so this one's gonna be a little different because it's gonna go up. Then it's going to go down. We're going to see a little bit of that. And then this first index finger, we're going to see do something like this instead. And there's going to be a lot of... Probably going to bring it down a little bit. This is my AC turning on there. Probably down like right there. This knuckle's gonna be a little different. It should be like that. Bam. And then on top of it all, the reason why it's poking out like that more than usual is because it's gonna go down there. Like that, and then it's gonna go like this a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and erase that a little bit. Let's go ahead and grab this hand so we can kind of move it up and resize it how we need it to be. Turn it just a little bit, take a little artistic license there. Not too shabby. We can probably put a few more little details in there, like this. It's definitely his arm. He's got a ring on, so we can kind of start putting in a few little minor details, stuff that I didn't want to put in on the rough drawing, on the first, yeah, the rough drawing. I call this the first draft, another one the rough. It's gonna kind of be coming around like this a little bit. I'm just gonna draw some of these little things that's supposed to be sticking out, basically. It's got some hairs in there. What else we got here? So we can kind of start filling some of this in a little bit now. He's got his a little more of a neckline going on here. We can erase that. Oh, well, bring that back. And actually, let's bring this more to an extreme. Like that. And then we're going to make it so that it's that little V in the neck for like really skinny, defined people. They have that V in their neck. Like that a little bit. Alright, and then we're going to draw the shirt in. Shirt kind of goes in his crease right there, like that. What I might have to do is get another reference of a different picture of him to help solidify, to help draw some of his pants here. Because I definitely want to put in a little bit more than just his torso. I mean, or I can just draw in some pants myself. I know how to draw pants. They're going to be tight as fuck. So draw something in here real easy. Nothing real crazy. So we got our basic drawing. We're not going to put the microphone in and everything like that just yet. We'll save those details for last. All right, so that's our rough drawing. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a start. It's definitely something to get us somewhere. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna stop that recording. I'm gonna get it ready for the next drawing, the more finalized drawing. So let's go ahead and do that right there. Once I do the finalized drawing for something really simple like this, then I'm gonna go back and do like the arm, the fist pump that he does, the oh, and all that stuff. So first, we're definitely gonna start with the face. So zoom back into the face. We're probably gonna start with the eyes and the jawline, because I feel like that's where we really need to make sure we get the details right. For this particular guy in this picture, it's gotta look like him. This is where you gotta get some of those details right. Even though with the artistic license, you gotta get those details right. So let's go ahead and start recording. Alright, so I need to change my pen to make sure it's a tuning pen. It's a little bit smoother. It's gonna give us those shapes that I really wanna get. And actually, I'm gonna take my reference picture and I'm gonna zoom in even further. So I wanna make sure I get those details. The details are all in the shapes. And you know what? I can see some mistakes that I made already. So first thing we're gonna do is draw the head. It's definitely gonna be like a concave line a little bit more there. I'm going to come down with it a little straight but more convex. And then we're going to do a jawline, nice little strong jawline at an angle. Pretty simple chin. And this is where we're going to do another jawline. Then from here is going to be a nice little bam, a little curve, 90-degree curve. Actually, I'm going to bring this curve in just a little bit. Definitely wanted to go halfway up the face a little bit there. And I'm going to come back over here and get that forehead drawn in. And something like this, we're not going to get perfect. So we're just going to make it a nice little line there. Put where the head, the taper line is going to come in. Just go make the taper line. I don't like how that line is sitting with the other line. So this is where we definitely got to be a little bit more smooth and a little more sharper with our lines. It has to be a little more perfect. So we're going to come down at the angle, bring it down like this. Then we're just going to go ahead and draw the ear in. I don't like that ear. Don't want to get the ears to be too complex. Oh, wow. I'm trying to change to my eraser. All right, change back to the pen here. I think that's not too bad. That's not too bad of a start. Let's just kind of take a look at the line. Let's bring our layers back up, zoom out a little bit. It's a little early, but I think that's a really nice shape of the face there. Let's turn, let's turn it back on. Let's get back to it then. All right, so now I'm gonna definitely jump into the eyes here. Well, no, actually I might take a whack at the nose. So let's actually do something like that. The nose kind of comes down in a straight line a little bit, then it definitely goes out. It definitely comes down like that. Something like that. So if we do that, that side of the nose is definitely not right. I might have to come back and, yeah, I see it already. I'm gonna come back and change this right here. Just want to get that shape looking good. Okay, not too horrible. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and draw the mouth here, and the mouth is gonna come right up. Actually, the nose might be a little too long. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and just grab this and just shrink it down just a little bit. Bam, like that. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just fix these eyebrows a little bit. Because what's gonna happen is these eyebrows turn into the brow is gonna turn into the eyebrows. Kind of like that. Just gonna take a look at how it looks. Not horrible. I'm definitely gonna see. I definitely see some parts we're gonna have to end up fixing. But let's just go ahead and proceed further. So let's go ahead and get the eyes drawn in. I already don't like that. Definitely want to do some like oval shapes. I'm gonna do. He's got some really strong bags under his eyes. I'm gonna do like a little half-closed eyelid there. No. I'm gonna do something like that. I'm gonna delete this because I think there's a better line that we can put there. Something like that, maybe. I'm gonna delete this circle too because I think it can be a little stronger. Let's take a look and see how that looks. Actually, I want to take this eye. I'm gonna try to duplicate it and see how it looks on the other side. Just flip it. What I'm gonna do is move this to the other side here. Okay, so what this is telling me already is that this eye might be a little too big. Let's just stretch it and squash it just a little bit like that. Let's go ahead and group that. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. So what I'm gonna do is squash it. Something like that. His eyes are kind of slanted just a little bit. I hate to say that, but I think they are. Just gonna slant them just a little bit like that, and then we're gonna grab this eyebrow, bring it a little further out, ungroup that, get rid of this line, get rid of that line. I think that's pretty strong. That's a pretty strong drawing there. I'm gonna delete that line. Do something like this there. I'm gonna definitely do that. I'm gonna put some lines here to show his brow. I'm definitely gonna put some darks in his eyes here because I think that's where he definitely has some strong darks in his eyes right there. Just want to do this line a little better. Oh. It's not too bad. Let's bring this up. Twist this just a little bit. There's something going on here I don't like too much. Yeah, it was that line. So just gonna bring that up over just a little bit. This one's a little off too. Okay, yeah, just delete that. Bring this over here just a little. I'm gonna try to do a line that's similar. A very confident line. All right, save, make sure you're saving. So I'm probably gonna bring his jawline down just a little bit more. I'm probably gonna bring it over just a little bit more. Stretch it out. Okay, so now we got to tackle the mouth. Now this is where it's going to get kind of interesting because it's so different. So I think we got a nice little line going on like this. So if it'll come down. All right, let's just fix this up a little bit. Make it a little bigger. I'm going to work on the lips a little. Now, I know this part we didn't do in the rough draft, but that was kind of on purpose because there's no point in getting that detailed with the rough draft anyway. Alright, now let's draw the teeth in there. Something like that. Now let's get that mustache. For the mustache, I'm going to go back to the non-smooth brush, non-smooth pen. So I definitely want to make sure it's actually, I'm gonna fix that a little bit better. Like that. I'm not sure that's really good. It definitely, there's something off character about it. That mouth, I mean, this may not be a very good drawing. What I was really hoping to go for. It's tough. It's tough to really get the characters, characteristics down. Might have to squash and stretch it a little bit. Something like that. Definitely bring it back up because he has more chin down there than what you'd think. So what's going on here is probably all the features are probably too large on the face. That's a mistake I feel like a lot of people will make when they try to redraw something. It's like your features are too large. There's more head space on that head than what you're really thinking there is. So this. Try to do a better grab. Grab all these features here. Damn. Like I messed up. I need to do a better job at separating some of my features so they don't interfere with all my other stuff. Because now I messed up that nose. Actually, this doesn't really bend down like that. I'm not sure why I did it like that. It's more of a straight nose like that. Some roundage. And actually, we can get rid of this roundage right here. Then let me see. Let's actually just grab this again. Oh, let's group it so we don't lose it in our other drawing. But we definitely want it kind of right up under the nose like that. Probably there. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and color in these eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and select these, reshape them, convert them into shapes, and just fill them in with some black. And probably the same thing with this mustache, to be honest. That might work. The only thing I'm kind of weary about now is, oh, actually, let's go ahead and grab all this again. Make sure we group it so it doesn't interfere with anything. You know what? I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make a smaller line. I don't usually do this, but it might be worth doing so I can get the details that I'm wanting here. So usually my lines are a 7 point, so I'm gonna drop it down to a 4 point with my smooth pen. Kind of like that. Wait a minute, something happened here I didn't recognize. I filled something in I wasn't trying to. I'm not sure how or when I did that. Let's try this again. Let's actually put our line back here. No, he didn't have that many wrinkles. Gotta be careful about putting too many lines in the face. You don't want to make it seem like they're old or they have a lot of wrinkles or something when they don't. Just fix this nose. Gotta fix some line here is right there. It's really off. Actually, I'm probably gonna put some more black in here. Get rid of this line. We can do a better line than that. So it's gonna come out like that. Probably go down like that. Come out, go down. Just to kind of help show that his mouth is stretching. He's stretching his face. So this is more of an artistic license that I'm doing here. I'm gonna bring these lines back up because I really don't want them to be too hard. Honestly, these lines aren't going to be that hard too either. So I might have to delete these when I actually get down to it. So let's go ahead and start putting the hair in. Save again. So the hair is going to be a little tricky. So let's go ahead and actually... I wanted to change pens, but I'm not sure now. I'm going to take these lines and actually turn them down a little bit. Like that. Bam. like that. Actually, when he has the body back on him, it's actually not too bad. You know what? Well, let's just go ahead and do the hair. So the hair is gonna come up. It's not great. Let's do that again. One continuous line. Bam. All right. So we're gonna go over here. We're actually gonna go on a different layer and turn the rough draft off. We're gonna work on putting some real like detailed lines in here. How we're gonna do this, we're gonna start off with actually going off and doing some lines like what do you call this, like curves and stuff, just to kind of help show that his hair is definitely greased and has a bunch of, it's not just a straight line going across his head basically. Take this, and we're just still drawing the illustration. We haven't gotten to the animation yet. That's just one thing to remember about. So I'm trying to fix one or two lines here, and it's like, oh no, you gotta fix all of these lines if you're gonna do that. As we bring them down. Kind of come up with something as I go. There's no real pattern to this or anything. Hopefully it works. It's nothing real. I might have to come back and fix this. Actually, the shape is not really great either. So, yeah, let's just finish up a few of these lines here, and man, that is, all right, let's just grab some of these lines right here. That's where I see a little misshape going on. Bring that down. That actually looks a lot better. It's just kind of weird and funky looking. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's go back to this main drawing. Destroy that. Bring this back. See already where we need to kind of fix some lines. Bring our eraser back. Just increase the size a little bit, and let's just kind of clean that up. actually from there, let's go back to the main drawing. Well, no, let's stay on this drawing for a second. I hate doing just straight lines, so we're just gonna kind of give the hairline a little personality there. Nothing real straight. Oh, that's the ear. Duh, obviously. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the main drawing and delete that little hairline that we had created to begin with. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to take all this here, cut, bring it here. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. All right, so with that being the case, we got the head. We started with the head. That's pretty much done for the most part. What I'll probably do though is just take this and kind of squeeze it a little bit, maybe. I feel like this is making him look old or something. That little cheek line. Turn this a little bit, maybe. Nah, it doesn't need to turn. Actually, if anything, it needs to turn the other way. Not horrible. All right, so from there, let's go ahead and actually, there's a few details in here. Well, no, leave it alone. Leave it alone. We can do that later. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn our rough layer back on. Make sure we got the right size for our pen. And let's bring that down. Alright, so let's get back into drawing the body and the neck a little bit. So we're going to definitely just bring a strong neckline coming down like that. We can shrink it down a little bit to make it fit better. Strong neckline going right here. We don't have to put too many details in that right there. That looks good. Like I said before with that V, we'll definitely come back there and make sure that fits and looks really well. Put a little line there to kind of add a little detail. Bring this over there, bam. Delete that, bring that down, bam. That looks good. I think that looks good. It really shows that he's all right, so from there, he's got some real heavy, like stretch lines of his neck from the muscle going on there. So I'm gonna delete some of that. We're going to draw on this shoulder. When you're drawing some of these lines, like the shoulders and muscles and stuff, you have to kind of like put a little personality in your hand. It's definitely like a up-down kind of motion when you're drawing it. And so for over here, we're going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to curve down and then curve up and curve down, like in a nice little motion. I don't want to follow the rough draft too much because I want it to look good. I don't want it to look like how lopsided the rough draft is. So we're definitely going to go off the model a little bit that we drew earlier. So from here, he's definitely got some kind of like some of this stuff going on. And with this, I'm kind of doing a little artistic license because I know what an arm like that looks like, but at the same time, I can't draw that so definitely. Okay, not too bad. Oh, I don't want this to be too. It's like no matter what I do, it's gonna warp it more than what I want. All right, so that definitely goes in like that, and then we're gonna go something like this. And then we're gonna go something like that. That wasn't very good. Yeah, come up. Not too bad. All right, and then something like that there. We're gonna do the arm kind of bunching up just a little bit. So let's zoom in a little closer. The closer we are, the better our pen will curve for us at small scales. Something like this. There, and then let's go ahead and draw that shirt in there. We're gonna draw it at an angle to show that it's kind of curving down. It's going into this. Yep. Follow that same angle a little bit, but we definitely have to take kind of a detour because it's a little wider. And I drew these like armpit lines, but we're gonna have to adjust that just a little bit. Probably bring that curve down a little bit more. Taking a little bit of artistic license here. All right, save. I just want to stop the recording, and then start it again. All right, so let's see here. Let's make sure we're still in proportions here. I think it's not too horrible, but this arm is definitely not what I want it to be. Just twist it down. Draw my own arm. I'm gonna go off reference. That's much better than what I had up there. Something like that, and then we're gonna delete this line, the end of that one, so it's like a better elbow. I'm gonna make it curve down a little bit better to be the arm that we want. But see, he's pretty skinny. You don't want it to be too bulky. I'd say that line didn't even make sense anyway. That looks a lot better. Looks a lot better too. Take a little license there. Don't want to show too much curve. Don't want to show too much muscle in that. You see, this is a tough drawing because it's still taking us this long just to get through drawing his arm and stuff. All right, let's turn the reference back on. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and draw his body in. It's supposed to come under his elbow like this, but I'm going to change it up because I want to make it come a bit better like that. I'll go ahead and draw this in too. want to make sure we really, I mean, he's a skinny guy, but, you know, make sure his body has, I mean, he has a shape to him. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and draw this in too. We're definitely not going to see all of that, but I still want to draw it in anyway. Like that, and then we're going to draw that in. So honestly, he's probably going to have some curves in there like that. Let's see, what this is definitely going to come down like right here. And that's where we're going to start seeing his arm. So with that being said, I'm going to turn this off, and I'm just going to go off the reference that I have here. I'm just going to draw off of this. And then his arm is going to be like, come down, up, down. Come down, up, down. Not too hard though. So we don't want him to be super bulky. He's got that. He's got a little bulge in the bone right there. He's gonna come down, out, in. A lot of it has to do with control in your hand and stuff too. Just make sure you don't, you have control over your pen, not your pen having control over you. Situation. Okay. And then we're gonna have definitely have some of those lines here like that. But ultimately, it's gonna be kind of like that. That's gonna be where a lot of his shadow is gonna sit. We can do that better. Kind of like that there. We're gonna do that there. Do something like that. I might take that out, and I might not have this line here either, so just so it can be a clean drawing. But all right, so let's check and see how that looks. That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Not bad at all. So I wish I could have more detail in there. Something like that maybe. I don't know. We're going to turn the reference back on, and then we're just going to zoom into the hand and make a better hand, just a little smoother. Excuse me, something like this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's not too bad. Something like this. Let's actually bring our reference back a little bit more so I can see his hand. Delete some of this because it's supposed to be a better little curve going in here. Much better, much better. And then we're gonna have one more knuckle coming out like that, and then this knuckle is gonna go out like this. Down and out, and then bam, something like this. Not too horrible. Just get my phone here. Let's kind of show the hand, this finger. Doing something similar. This finger also doing something similar. I don't like that too much though. Something like this. And then this finger, we're supposed to see more of it, but I guess I kind of covered it up a little bit. So let's just shrink these down just a little bit better than what we got. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna save it. We might have to go really off drawn, but that's fine though. Something like this there though. So it would be, I mean, it's just, really it's just a knuckle that you're supposed to be seeing there. Something kind of like that. Kind of like that there, but we're gonna erase some of these lines. We don't need all these lines there. What we might do is kind of really try to help show something like that. Yeah, something like that there. It's not too bad. Whatever. Don't want to get bogged down onto it too much. Oh, and we just got to connect this line here. So what we're going to do is back this off and actually just draw something like this. Bam. I think that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty darn good line there. So let's take that away. Bring this back to the outline. Bam. So this is where we don't really have to worry about being on our design anymore. We can kind of just take it and put it where we need to put it, you know. So yeah, it's not even in the same position at all. Put it here like this. I already see the head. I'm not liking the way that head looks really lopsided right in here. We're gonna fix that though. But yeah, so let's actually just fix this arm a little bit. It's not that bulky. Actually, let's take it back out. Let's put it back on that layer again. We can fix it while it's still on this layer. Kind of like that. Let's zoom in a little bit. Erase that. Get rid of this. Bam. Might actually be able to just move this over. And then just kind of twist it a little bit so it fits our model a little bit better. Probably get rid of that. I don't want it to seem very wide like that though. So what we're gonna have to do is just move this over a little bit more maybe. Maybe turn it back this way. It's much higher over his head too. So that would mean a lot of this is bigger. Usually when something is further in a, wow, no. Usually when something is closer in the foreground, it's a lot bigger anyways. So just really get that angle up there and bring it. Stretch it out just a little bit. I just don't like how curvy that line is. That's much better. That's much better. It's like he's not freaking Incredible Hulk that his biceps and stuff and triceps. We definitely want to show that he has some tone, but my goodness. So I have to take a little more license here and make some of this work, make some of this look right. That's fine. You can use that line there like that. He's definitely gonna have some, you know, some streaky hair in there when we get there. This line, I want to fix this line a little bit better too. This is kind of coming around like this. Zoom out a little bit. Not too horrible. It's not too horrible. Yeah, let's go ahead and fix his head. It's killing me. Something is really lopsided about this thing. It's that. It's all of that in there. Let's get our other pen back here. I feel like it might just be that straight line right there that I need. And then it's probably not so tall either. I feel like his hairline is just a little too high. Yeah, that's what it was. It was like it's too high or lopsided or something. It's still a little lopsided. So what we're gonna do is just take it. I don't think it's large enough either. I'm just gonna put it on the other layer. Take this back, put it back over here. I don't want his lip to be so big either. Something is just really off about his lip. And I want more anger out of him too. Like he just doesn't look angry, because that's what something that Freddy kind of has in his look. So he definitely has like a I guess I've been drawing this in the smooth pen. I don't usually like doing that, but I mean, I've already done it now, so let's go back to it now. Let's see how that looks. I feel like that's going to look a lot better than what I got here. And then from there, I'm gonna go back and use my my smooth pen to fix it up again, because yeah, I don't really care for using that rough pen. We're doing my final drawings. Like that. It's almost like the more and more you draw the same thing over and over, the better it looks. It begins to look anyway. Yeah, it's not angry, but it's definitely like a lot more like excitement or something to it, you know? Alright, we can at least do these eyebrows separately now too, which is great. We can get the pupils later. All right, so we got a good little start with that there. Let's delete this. It looks silly. This line is still not where I want it to be, but that's fine. We're gonna go ahead though and draw in this tank top here. We're going to draw in how it sits over. And see, his tank top in particular has edges like that. I didn't want to delete it, but I guess I have to. It's all about those details, man. Go ahead and delete those. Let's go back to the main drawing and let's delete those lines where it would usually meet, because we don't want to see that. Oh yeah, and I guess we have to delete this too, where shoulder tends to meet. We could probably draw something like this to show that it's bunching up. Okay, so with that being drawn now, we can kind of draw in a little bit of his chest. We'll definitely go back in and draw the hairs in. Okay, so now we got to draw in that extra hand. We'll go to an even different layer now. Well, no, probably won't need to do that. Let's just take that off. Yeah, we might have to go to a whole different layer. All right, so when we do this, let's just go ahead and make the microphone. So I think the microphone is really going to be a good reference for where we're going to be drawing the hand. So let's go ahead and get the circle for the microphone. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. Just get a straight line. Let's put it like right there. Bam. And put the other end like right there. Bam. And I'm just going to draw the circle myself, the half circle. Nothing too complex. Just gonna draw this half circle again. No, I'm not. I'm gonna get another circle. I'd rather have perfection than to get sloppy. Not bad, okay. Something like that there. Like I said, not gonna really be a lot of time I'm gonna spend on this. Just something for him to hold and to be singing into. But I am going to put a little bit more detail like that in there. And then I'm going to do a lot of the lines that you think a microphone would have. Okay. Bam. Let's bring that outline back because I want to see where it's going to fit and with the grand scheme of things. Because it's definitely got to be up to his mouth. It's going to be covering half of his mouth. It's going to come down to his shoulder part right there. Kind of like that. And then we're going to draw the stand portion of it going down like that. Bam. Bam. Something like this, y'all. Not too horrible. Not too horrible at all. Let's go ahead and group that. And then we're going to go back to a different layer. Actually, let's take this one and put it on one of these layers here. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to go back to this layer. And now I want to start drawing the hand on top of the microphone. Before we do that, let's go ahead and stop the video again. Bam. Let's start recording again. Alright, so zoom in. Let's get all this stuff out of the way so we can concentrate. And do we want to, I do have a reference over here. Let's use the reference first, and then we'll come back and make sure it fits around the hand, around the microphone. Let's go and do the bottom meaty part of the hand there. And do that. Pinky. This is gripping down. It's being pushed down by the ring finger. The ring finger is being pushed down by the middle finger. And the middle finger, you can't really see. Oh, no, go back. Middle finger, you can't really see it because it's actually holding the bottom of the microphone up. But then that's where it kind of gets a little stretchy. in between the fingers, and then they'll come up. It's kind of wide right here. And then pull down like that, the knuckle. And kind of draw on the other knuckles. You might not put these lines in here. I just want to fix these knuckles too. Alright, and then from here we're going to have the finger just kind of going around. Now I'm definitely going to end up changing this later, but when we get back to the microphone, probably look something like that, right? And then it's definitely got some like crazy stuff going on here. It's not a big deal. So let's bring it back over here. Definitely have to make some, see, as you can see already, definitely got to make some corrections in distance, because actually let's take this. Move that there, move this here. Let's twist this down and probably bring it like right there. Yeah, I think that's good. And then bring this over here, because he's gripping it with like his finger. I'm gonna do that, and then we're actually gonna fix this little curvy part of the finger, because it's definitely curving, kind of like that there. All right, and since we can see the microphone and not the finger, we're gonna delete that. This is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be trickier than I thought. So delete that there, cut that off, and then we're gonna do something kind of like, how's it look? It looks something kind of like this. Oh, and then his thumb really sticks out like that. Bam. Got your microphone stand hand. And the thing is, it's really connected to this thing here. So let's bring this back. Put this right there. Let's delete the stand out of the hand right here. Bam. 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 Delete it out of the finger. Bam. Bam. Delete it here. Bam. Bam. Let's select everything. D group it, so we can delete all these little portions with ease. Alright, and let's just fix some of these stray lines. Well, I guess that was all the stray lines. Just a few. Let's turn some of these other layers back on, so we can see where we're gonna have to come back and delete in here. So turn our, what do you call it? Our eraser back on, and then we're just gonna kind of go in here and delete. It sucks because it's like, oh man, we put all this effort into drawing all this stuff, and then we're just gonna delete it. Yep, that's right. because some of it is only for reference. Not all of it is actually going to end up being in the drawing. And actually, you know what? See here, we're going to have to move this arm up to fit a little bit. I want the microphone in the hand right here, exactly where it's at. So it's definitely going to be some boo-hooing going on here in a second. So let's turn this back on. Let's turn the arm so that it fits right there. Bam. We'll have to move it down. Bam. Oh man. See, what's going on here is that it's supposed to be wider. His body is supposed to be a lot wider than what I have it. That's my problem. So we're definitely have to fix some stuff. Like this arm. This arm's gonna have to move. Put it on a different layer and work it from there. Like right here. So let's bring this back. Let's bring our eraser tool back and start erasing some more again. I'm not going to delete the mouth just yet, even though I already did some of it already. I think I'm going to leave that because I'm going to probably have his mouth opening and closing. Delete all this shirt. It's over this hand. Perfect. Okay. So what I want right now is just the arm and the elbow. So I'm gonna fix it so that it sits how it's supposed to sit, kind of like that. Which sucks because that's not gonna look right. Let's group it and just kind of play with the angles a little bit. So I think it's probably going to look more something like this. Straight down, straight down. Yeah, probably something like that. So let's go ahead and delete there. Delete all this stuff in here. Shouldn't be any overlapping lines necessarily. This line here, I'm just going to bring it up. I'm not going to actually delete it. Fix some of these lines back up. Bam. This elbow looks a little scrawny compared to the other one. Other arm. Let's just widen her out a little bit. Something like that. Bam. Alright, so this arm over here that we had to fix, let's go ahead and bring it back in. Let's group it. So we can move it as a unison. Put it like right in there, and then let's just twist it around. I think that'll work. I think that'll work just fine. I have to ungroup it, fix some of these lines here so they match. I didn't want to delete that, but I guess I'm gonna have to. Or maybe not. Maybe I can just fix it so it just merges right into it. Yep. Let's just move this up a little bit. Let's take this bony part of it and let's just move it back a little bit because it's kind of weird looking anyway. Not sure what that stuff was. I know what you were. You're the Did that. Something like that. All right, so let's just go ahead and fix this line here. And let's just fix this other line because it was way off. Actually, it's gonna go a little bit more in that angle. So this one is way off. All right, that looks a lot better. That really looks like it's how it's supposed to be. Let's just go ahead and draw this back. I don't know why I forgot that I wanted to do some stuff with it. So I definitely want to have the mouth opening and closing like ew, 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 ew. Oh man, it just looks totally off now. Okay, all right. So let's just go ahead and copy that, group it, and copy it, and then paste it out on the side or something. So, in case we mess up again, we'll have it. We won't have to worry about it being deleted or anything again. So now this is where I want to go and pull a picture of something else, of him in some pants or something. It's those blue jeans. Then I'm gonna, is there a good reference now? The reference sucks. All right, so we're gonna go and grab that good pen again. And basically it's gonna be kind of like the belt. Let's just go ahead and bring it all the way across. Then we're just gonna draw his leg. Legs. Not very good legs, but that's fine because we just need a reference. Let's go back to a different picture. Somewhere where he's definitely styling, definitely posing. Something like that one there. Okay, so in this pose, he's going to be kind of like, his shirt is definitely going to be kind of like that there. It's definitely going to be having that kind of thing going on here. Definitely going to have that going on. That going on. Let's go back to a different layer. Let's delete this crap that we did earlier because that was crap. Fix this line up just a little bit better than what it is. go ahead and draw that belt in there. The belt's gonna be a little complex, but we can handle it. Something like this. I can't find a good close-up of the belt. Not good. I can't find a good close-up of the belt. I'm gonna have to, I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna have to just create something. Ah, there we go. All right. Well, I just say, man, I was like, I can't find it. I hate to do it. Okay, so it's definitely gonna be your normal kind of buckle. It's a normal buckle, it looks like. So it's gonna be kind of like that. Bam. Copy paste. We're just gonna make that the inside of the buckle as well. Bam. And then it's definitely gonna be kind of bulging out a little bit. Just showing it come around. No, I think that's good. That's good. All right, so with that being said, you cannot see, oh, eraser's too big. So let's erase the buckle that's in between, that's between those lines there. Just make sure it's covered there. I put the holes in the buckle, in the belt. I'm not gonna get real crazy and put all the little spots in there and stuff, because I think that's just gonna be too much. But what I will do is make some more interesting lines as far as his whoa. As far as his shirt here. I think that's pretty interesting. The only bad thing I see about this, though, is that it's a little too, let's delete these lines. It's just a little too small. Like he has a large upper torso, upper body, and then his torso is so tiny or something. So we're gonna have to fix that. Let's take everything down here together. We're gonna make it a little bit larger. larger still. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it needed. A little larger. And this stuff down here actually can probably... Whoa, what's this? Just needs to move up. Yeah, I need to fix some of this stuff. Delete all this that we moved. Bring this in, bam. Bring that in, bam. All right. What else? Let's just go back to this layer. Let's fix this. Fix these lines here up. Bam. I think our illustration is done for the most part. So let's just delete this. No heavy overlapping lines here. Let's make our straight line to go across. Something's wrong. There's a lot of stuff missing. I did something. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. Take all that, put it here. Okay. Really not sure what happened there. Put that line there. I'm going to take the head and keep the head separate from the rest of the body. Put that back on this layer here. This arm too. Those are going to be our two moving parts. But we're still not quite finished with our illustration yet. Other than that, put that here. Let's take that mouth and put it here as well. So not quite finished with the illustration because what I want to do is put the hair and stuff under his arm. Oh, and the band around his arm too. Almost forgot. So let's go back to our unclean brush pen here and just do some manly hair. All this here is going to copy that. I'm gonna put that with the arm as well. But for the most part, this is our illustration. It's done. So now from here, we're gonna just start the animating part of this, the animatic or whatnot. All right, so let's go ahead and stop the record. Let's check up on some stuff. Let's see what's going on here. Been recording for about an hour and a half now. Well, almost 2 hours. But that's fine. So what we're gonna do, start another recording. Actually, you know what? I think we're gonna stop the stream here. Stop the recording too. Stop the stream here and we'll pick up on a different stream with a different illustration. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope I see some feedback. If you have any feedback, if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, definitely send me a message or something, and then I can work off of that and make improvements. All right, till next time.